Picture a calendar flipping through years: 2020, 2021, 2022, 2023, 2024. Each day, life moves forward, and with it, our routines become habits, often without us noticing how much they shape our health. In millions of homes, a daily ritual unfolds. A pill for heartburn, swallowed without a second thought. For many, it's as automatic as brushing your teeth or pouring your morning coffee.
This tiny pill brings relief, easing the burning discomfort that can follow a favorite meal or a late-night snack. It lets people enjoy meals with family and friends, savoring flavors without the sting of acid reflux. For some, it's the difference between a restless night and peaceful sleep.
But what if this daily habit comes with a hidden cost? What if the comfort we seek masks a risk we rarely consider? Could the medicine that soothes your stomach quietly affect your brain in ways we're only beginning to understand?
The gut and brain are deeply connected, communicating through a complex network of nerves, hormones, and chemicals. Science is only beginning to reveal how medications for one might impact the other, opening up new questions about long-term effects.
A major new study in the field of neurology has found that long-term users of certain heartburn drugs, proton pump inhibitors or PPIs, may face a higher risk of dementia than previously thought. Researchers tracked thousands of people over several years, uncovering a link that's raising important questions for doctors and patients alike.
Specifically, those taking PPIs for over 4.5 years had a 33% higher risk of dementia compared to non-users. That's a significant increase, especially for people who rely on these medications every day.
This isn't about panic, it's about awareness. Understanding risk is the first step to making informed choices about your health. As a neurosurgeon, I know brain health depends on many factors, including the medicines we take, our genetics, and our lifestyle.
These findings demand attention. They remind us to look closely at the choices we make every day. We need to separate fear from fact and weigh the benefits and risks with clear eyes. And we must understand what this means for millions relying on these drugs, many of whom have few alternatives.
Let's explore the evidence together, looking at what the research really says and what questions remain. And most importantly, let's find out what it means for you. Scene transition. To truly understand the impact of this study, it's important to break down exactly how the research was conducted and what the numbers reveal. Researchers carefully tracked more than 5,700 individuals, all aged 45 and older, who did not have dementia when the study began. This large and diverse group allowed for a thorough investigation into the effects of PPI use.
Participants were divided into groups based on their PPI use. Some never used them, some used them for a short time, and others for the long term, over a period of 4.5 years. This grouping helped researchers compare outcomes across different usage patterns.
Over the course of about 5.5 years, the researchers found that 10% of all participants developed dementia, highlighting the importance of monitoring cognitive health in older adults. The data showed that the highest risk of developing dementia was seen in those who used PPIs for the longest duration, suggesting a possible link between extended use and increased risk.
Out of nearly 5,000 people who never used PPIs, 415 eventually developed dementia, providing a baseline for comparison. In contrast, among 497 long-term PPI users, 58 were diagnosed with dementia, a proportion that stands out when compared to non-users.
Even after adjusting for factors like age, overall health, and other possible influences, the association remained clear. Long-term PPI use was linked to a 1/3 higher risk of developing dementia.
However, those who used PPIs only for a short period did not show a significant increase in risk, suggesting that occasional or brief use may be safer.
The main concern then is with years of daily use, not with taking PPIs occasionally for short-term relief. Scene transition. PPIs are drugs that dramatically reduce stomach acid. They're used for heartburn, GERD, ulcers, and more.
They block the stomach's acid pump, providing powerful relief when other meds fail.
Brands like Prevacid, Nexium, and Prevacid are household names available by prescription and over-the-counter.
For many, PPIs are life-changing, but easy access means people often take them for years without medical oversight.
This widespread long-term use is what makes the new dementia findings so important.
Even a small risk, multiplied across millions, has big public health implications.
The study urges us to rethink long-term reliance on these pills. Scene transition.
It's crucial to remember, this study shows association, not proof of causation. That means the findings highlight a relationship, but they don't confirm that one thing directly leads to the other. This is a key distinction in scientific research, and it's something experts emphasize when interpreting results like these.
Just because long-term PPI use and dementia occur together doesn't mean one causes the other. There could be many reasons why these two things are linked in the data. Other health issues, lifestyle factors, or even genetics could play a role in this connection.
Research is controlled for many factors, but not everything can be accounted for. There are always unknowns or variables that might influence the results, no matter how carefully a study is designed.
Scientists say linked to, not causes. This is a signal for more research, not a verdict. It's a starting point for further investigation, not a final answer.
PPIs have also been linked to kidney issues, fractures, and gut infections in other studies. These potential risks are why doctors recommend using PPIs only when truly necessary and for the shortest time possible.
One theory is that PPIs lower stomach acid, leading to vitamin B12 deficiency, a known risk for cognitive decline. Low B12 can affect memory, thinking, and even mood, which is why this connection is being studied closely.
Another theory: PPIs disrupt gut bacteria, possibly increasing inflammation that affects the brain. The gut and brain are closely connected, and changes in gut health can have surprising effects on mental function.
Chronic inflammation is a driver of neurodegenerative diseases like Alzheimer's. Understanding these links could help scientists find new ways to protect brain health in the future. Scene transition.
The conversation isn't just about risk, it's about solutions. Many can manage heartburn with lifestyle changes.
Identify and avoid trigger foods, spicy, fatty, chocolate, caffeine, citrus, and carbonated drinks.
Don't eat within 2 to 3 hours of lying down. Eat smaller, more frequent meals.
Losing weight, wearing loose clothes, and elevating your bed's head can help.
Stress management, like walking, meditation, or yoga, can also reduce symptoms.
These steps may not replace medication for everyone, but they can reduce dependence and improve well-being.
Small changes can make a big difference. Scene transition. If you're concerned about long-term PPI use, don't stop suddenly. This can worsen symptoms.
Talk to your doctor. Review why you're on the medication and whether you still need it.
Ask about lowering your dose, switching to a milder drug, or trying lifestyle changes.
Discuss screening for side effects like vitamin B12 deficiency.
For some, the benefits of PPIs outweigh the risks.
Protecting your brain means being informed and proactive about your health.
Use medicines wisely at the lowest effective dose for the shortest time needed.
By asking questions and working with your doctor, you can protect both your digestive and cognitive health. And